You got no Derek Carr there anymore. And so now here is the situation for the Saints. Of course, new head coach and Kellen Moore.
Yep.
You got Tyler Shuck, who you drafted in the second round. You
Right.
got Jake Hayner, who you drafted last year, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And Spencer
2 years
Rattler.
ago, I think.
Oh, was that 2 years ago? And then Spencer Rattler last year. So you got quarterbacks you've taken the last 3 years. They're all competing now. We're going to tell all three of these guys to roll, and they've all earned these opportunities, is what they're telling them. So
Kellen Moore said.
that's what Kellen Moore said, I believe, here. So, all right, how do you think this plays out? What are you most interested in with these three guys going toe to toe?
The Saints are in a transition, a rebuild, whatever you want to say, right? They got guys like Cam Jordan and DeMario Davis who are 175 years old, right? And
Combined.
right. And then they got some young offensive linemen and some other young talented guys. But I think it's fair to say that they're in the process of kind of rebuilding, retooling their team here, right? They have salary cap issues and all that. The quarterback situation itself, yes, it's one of the most underwhelming in all of football. In fact, like, let's not say underwhelming. Out of the 32 teams, I don't know, this is maybe the diciest one of all. I know there's one or two others, and we're going to probably talk about here later in the show, but this is up there with it. Plus, like, zero proven commodity here. Zero. I got to think, my first thought is that somebody veteran-wise, whether a team that's got 4 quarterbacks that goes, wait, we don't need all these, maybe we'll trade them for a 7th rounder or something like that, or they wait for training camp to people to get cut, they're going to bring somebody in, I would think. Right, I have a hard time thinking Kellen Moore, offensive coach, quarterback, all that's going to go into a year going, I'll just ride with young guys in my first year as a head coach. He's going to want somebody there, I think, that's at least a backup to go, hey, if things start to fall apart, at least I can depend on this guy to, like, kind of hold us together. He's played NFL games. He knows how to run an NFL offense. And when we got to break glass for disaster, at least I have him, right? That's, I would think. I would have a hard time believing they're going to stand still with just these three guys.
It's for Kellen Moore, obviously not ideal, right? But a first-year head coach, you got a leeway up the wazoo here, and you really could, if you wanted to, just be like, all right, here are the 3 quarterbacks that we have, and talk to your ownership and management, and be like, let's just see what we got. We'll go through year 1 and see if any of these guys steps up. We'll give them maximum reps and practice and all that stuff. So you could see them going that route as well, not feeling the pressure to have to win because it's an ultimate rebuilding year.
You're right.
So it'd be interesting to see how that would play out. But we do have some video of Tyler Shuck at rookie minicamp, so I think he has started to throw here. We've seen some evidence of him out there. If we have it, do we have it, Kristen? And this is like
there we go.
Oh, hold on. We do have it. Here we go.
Oh, right into
slow motion.
Right into your family room right here. Boom. Pretty ball, though. I mean, he throws a nice spiral. He's got a nice motion. You could see, I mean, he's tall, big guy, good athlete.
Let's see Shador do that.
You're funny. Well, let's get into that a little bit. And as we watch him here, right? I mean, again, you know my feelings about Tyler Shuck. I like him. I'm not in love with him. He's not a guy that's going to, like, the team's going to come out there. And I said this to Florio earlier today, where it's like when Josh Allen or Mahomes Lamar, like their first few days of practice, where the whole team was like, holy shit, did you see Mahomes throw the ball? Oh, my gosh, right? Or like LaShawn McCoy was, like, the first month with Josh Allen. He's like, Josh Allen's unbelievable. Josh Allen's a freak show. Josh Allen's got the greatest arm I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was saying those things. That's not the type of talent Tyler Shuck has. But the beauty of Tyler Shuck is the consistency and what we talked about in the process as far as the draft goes. He's NFL ready. He's been in an NFL offense. You can see him, and you have hundreds of plays of evidence of him in the pocket, making the right read, being surgical, throwing the appropriate throw, right? So that's why there's great value. He and Jackson Dart killed interviews, right? And that whole process and the things. And I don't know if you've seen any of these interviews that the Giants have released behind the scenes with Jackson Dart. They're intense.
Yeah.
They put you through it. So just again now, you said let's bring Shador Sanders. If you show up and go, I didn't study or do anything, you ruin a whole day that they had prepared for you. And Shador Sanders, by all due accounts, did not become prepared to do some of that stuff.
Yeah.
This is a team here in the Saints that were like, wait, we got an old quarterback who we don't really want anyways, and he's got a shoulder issue. We need a guy that's going to be a professional and knows how to play and has played as close to professional type offense as it can get in college football under Jeff Brown in Louisville. Okay, that's where this guy fits that mold. So that's why they took him. One, I think they were impressed with what they've seen on film. They're impressed by what they got in the meeting room. Wait, this kid's a little older. We know that. He's been some of the offenses. Ooh, he's retaining some of the things we're teaching him. He's able to teach it back. That's a big thing. On Wednesdays in the NFL, as you've heard me say before, you might get 50 new plays. You got got to be somewhat smart to be able to put it all together and go, wait, I got to walk through in like 2.5 hours. I got to have a pretty clue how to run these plays. I might not be perfect, but then I got to practice after that, and I got to be perfect by then. So I better get on my P's and Q's here, right? So these are the things they're testing out in this process. He did really well in that. So, yeah, from that standpoint, it was a good draft pick because he's experienced as you're going to get for a rookie quarterback. But at the same time, do I sit here yet and just go, oh, he's the future for sure? No, I want to see that. Do I think it's talent that just necessarily goes, oh my gosh, wait till they see this guy? No, not exactly. Spencer Rattler behind him had a few moments last year, but he was 0-4 as a starting quarterback, and I certainly didn't see anything from him that made me think, ooh, he's the future either. And I know Jake Hayner's not that. So that's where I just get into, I still think they can do all the things they want to do with bringing Tyler Shough along.
Yeah.
Even if they bring just some veteran, just to be there to go, first off, who's going to teach these guys how to work and be pros right now?
Yeah.
Who do they got to follow? Oh, Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner are going to lead the show? Right. You know, they're still at a point in their career. I'm not trying to be a jerk and just go, they don't know their ass from their elbow still, right? I mean, I didn't either as a second or third year quarterback. You're still learning. You're still going, oh, wait, I could have been better at this. Oh, he's preparing like that. Oh, okay, I'm going to start doing that next week, right?
It's helpful to have a template.
It's helpful to have a guy like that. I had Brad Johnson, Brian Greasy, Sean King. I had guys that I got to see and go, ooh, I like that, and I'm going to add my own little wrinkle to it, right? And that's where I just think they'll add somebody at some point.
Well, DraftKings thinks that Tyler Shough at least is the guy of the near future for the Saints,
right.
And they have the odds for who will take the first snap in week number 1, and it is Tyler Shough, minus 200. Spencer Rattler, plus 150. So fairly close, but Shough is the guy.
I bet on Shough.
And Jake Hayner, plus 1,700. Yeah, I guess so. Although, you know, Spencer Rattler does have a benefit of a
He's played
extra
a little
year.
Bit. That's right. He's been around, but it's going to be a new offense for all of them, right? So they're all going to be starting at square one as far as learning Kellen Moore and what he wants to do.
Plus, Shough is their guy.
Exactly. That's what, because Shough is handpicked.
Yeah.
Handpicked. And everything we heard and everything I heard, and I think I even told you the day after the draft, like, I think the Saints like Shough. That's what I was told. That's what I believed going into day 2 of the draft. Yeah. So they obviously had their eye on him. And, yeah, so from that standpoint, he's not a first-round pick, so he's going to get 9 lives and every chance to fail, and they're going to put him in every position to succeed. But he is handpicked by the new head coach. He is a second-round pick, a top 40 pick, right in there, or at least 40 somewhere in there.
I think so.
39. Either way. Yeah, with that, he is going to be favored in the quarterback room, I think.
I don't disagree. Long term, I think. I don't disagree. I would play devil's advocate, and maybe because he is their guy and they want him to succeed and they want him to be set up to look good, is that if he's not ready in week 1, they definitely will have no problem.
No, I think you're
Rattler
right about
out there and be like,
right.
Okay, buy him a little more time.
You're
before
exactly
he's
right.
got
You're
it under
exactly
control.
right that. You're exactly right about that, and that's where, hey, this is going to be big for Tyler Shough too. It's going to be a lot thrown on him. The NFL, as we've heard, the game, it's different. It's going to be more physical. You're going to have to stand in the pocket there. One of the things I did not love about Tyler Shough is his ability to stand in the pocket and make throws with people around him. And I know the other people in the NFL were a little bothered by that too, right? I think you saw some of the social media clips of literally him like ducking and chucking and some of that, all that. Yeah. So this is going to be a crash course right here, right now. They got a good offensive line. They got some speed at receiver, right? We'll see what they do here, but the Saints are a team, certainly in a weird spot as compared to other teams in the NFL because of Derek Carr retiring and where they are as a full team altogether.
DraftKings Sportsbook is your home for live betting, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Just download the app and use the promo code UNBUTTONED when you sign up.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. And that concludes our discussion on the New Orleans Saints for the season. That will be the last time we talk about them.
We'll check in with them for the next draft.
Yeah, when they were officially eliminated.
Said something today. He goes, well, maybe this will just be a year for tanking for Arch Manning, right, to bring back.
Oh, my gosh.
Because this is where his granddaddy played, right?
Yeah.
He did that. But yeah, that's too far. You don't know yet. Kellen Moore's not thinking about tanking in year 1 for a quarterback, nor do we. The Manning's history is that they stay in school. They're not in a rush to get out, right? Peyton was there. He stayed an extra year. Eli went 5 years, right? I don't think Arch is going to be, I had one great year at Texas and I'm going on the draft. I don't expect that. So we'll see where this goes either way. And if they do want to draft a quarterback next year in the first round or stuff, so what? This is the great thing about the rookie salary cap right now. You're not paying like in 2008 when they drafted a quarterback and you're like, damn, he hasn't played a game, but they're giving him an $80 million contract right off the bat, huh? Right? So you're not handcuffed to these guys for very long at all because of the way the current formula is. Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Chris Simms Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.